Welcome back, tribe. I have one here from a homestead journey, I think it's called. Americans are broke, exhausted, and done pretending everything's fine. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's up, America? I'm going to be real with you here because I see no future for people in America. After seeing the high cost of homes nationwide, the high cost of gas, the high cost of food, the high cost of rent, cars, rental cars, used cars, insurance, healthcare, taxes, and every other thing, how is anybody in this country supposed to prosper that's not already wealthy? Could someone tell me that? The pulling yourself up by your bootstraps argument is and over. It doesn't work now. You have average home prices of $512,000. Grocery prices are almost 100% more since 4 years ago. Same with rent, same with mortgages, same with used cars, same with new cars. Taxes are slightly lower, and I do mean slightly. Wages are slightly up, but no way in hell will that meet the requirements. I just saw a story about a nurse with a $75,000 salary a year and an 808 credit score denied for getting a home. Zero student loan debt too. So debtless, making 75 grand a year with an over 800 credit score, not good enough for a house. So what are we doing here? What's the end goal? Starvation? Death? What's going on here? No matter what you do, no matter how you spend the finances, the middle class and the poor have no upward mobility. There is no hope now. None. No hope. None. Zero. The next 2 or 3 generations are because you allowed so much greed. Younger generations will never have shit because of your greed. I've already broken my back trying to make ends meet working for the last 30 years. I already know I'm not going to get anything from the rich. I don't give a But the younger generations, if you keep stealing and being greedy, they're going to all be homeless. And then what do you have? Ruling over a bunch of homeless people? You.
Trigger warning, I'm going to crash out right now. And this is going to be a long video, but I feel like you could relate to this. So here we go. It's great living in America. Unless you're a fucking American. If you're a bank, though, you are thriving while the rest of us are just trying to survive. I just came across a video saying that banks are at an all-time high. Like their
People don't understand what's happening. Look, guys, I just want to show you this. This is the New York Times. Powell sends strongest signal yet that interest rate cuts are coming. We're increasing the money supply. We are printing more dollars. Do you understand? Do you really understand? This means, yet again, gold will go up. Bitcoin will go up. Housing will go up. Groceries will go up. Logistics, the transportation chain in general, everything's going to go up. Price of materials for building construction, everything is going to go up again. Because, and they were citing, I believe, if I go back here, Fed is divided over worries about tariffs, inflation, and the labor market. So again, Trump pretty much yelling at the Fed to lower interest rates, all to refinance the debt that we have coming up, because that's going to be like $1 trillion in just interest payments alone. Bad for the country, yet again. Taxes are wealth destruction devices because the government does not create value. The government doesn't make anything. It just takes to maintain the society. Unfortunately, it's taken far more than needed to maintain society, which is why you feel poor. It's what it is. So until the Fed stops printing dollars, until we actually let companies fail, instead of bailing out the banks or saying things like too big to fail, your life will keep getting harder. Your dollar will be worth less and less every year. This is not going to get, I'm trying to let people know that we're on a cusp of like stagflation, a depression, recession, something like that. A very stubborn economy where jobs don't rise. Actually, we're going to lose. We're going to have a net loss of millions of jobs. Although they tell you we're going to create millions of new opportunities with AI. There's going to be so much money being made. There's an asterisk there when they tell you that. There's going to be so much money made with AI if you are a company, if you're a business that will employ the use of AI to cut down on your workforce. Why hire 5 people to do something one AI will be able to do in a couple of years? So in that sense, a new opportunity will be created. But what they don't tell you is that for the little guy, the average worker, your job will disappear. Your opportunities disappear. Your ability to climb up the social ladder will completely dissolve. This is what they won't tell you. We're on the precipice of millions of jobs lost in the next 5 to 10 years, if not more. Tens of millions of jobs will have been automated away. Now, couple that with stagnant economies where we don't have wage growth, where we don't have job growth in general, less opportunities, where inflation actually ticks up, it gets worse, partly due to tariffs in the short term, but other factors in the general economy, in the world market. This means that an average everyday American, just like you're seeing right now, is exhausted, stretched to their absolute maximum, running thin, month to month, check to check, barely surviving. So again, we fixed nothing with Trump. I want to let you guys know from the economic front, we raised the debt ceiling, guys. We're printing more dollars. Dollars worth less. Your life harder. Now, the next guy that gets voted in and the debt ceiling bomb comes again, if they vote to raise it again, your life will again keep getting worse. Do you see the cycle here? How long have we been raising this debt ceiling under Republicans and Democrats? Are you seeing just how broken things are in this country? That is why no matter who you vote, red or blue, they don't care about you. We need a real third party. We need real independent candidates. We need to drain the swamp truly of Republicans and Democrats. Anybody that takes money from corporations, any special interest ties, any whatsoever that's not real America first, homegrown, fuck off.
Expectations have blown through the roof of what their profit margins were going to be. You want to know why? They are thriving because America is starving to live. At least 95% of Americans right now are literally surviving off credit cards, off loans in general. And banks are eating that shit up over the high interest rates. We're fighting for our lives over here. You want to know what the American dream is like? Let me tell you. Every day I wake up hoping today is the last day on earth. I'm tired of it here. The American household, on average, is $80,000 in debt. And that's just credit cards and like auto loans. Maybe even some student loans thrown in there. But that's not even including your mortgage. That's just credit card debt. And right now, banks are eating that interest rate up while we're all surviving. You mean to tell me that the average American goes to their mind-sucking job, works 8 to 12 hours to have everything deducted, have nothing left to live on, and we're forced to put food on the table by using credit cards? Okay, picture this, right? You go to college. You get yourself in hundreds of thousands of student loan debt. You are one of the 5% of college graduates to get your job in the field you got your degree in, right? You get everything garnished from your wages because the increase on living and everything around you has gone up, but your pay has stayed the same. But then you also get taxes taken out. We get taxed just to breathe, people. We get taxed on owning shit. We get taxed on working. We get taxed on just living, okay? Then you got health insurance. That's a joke and a whole video within itself. But basically, the average American pays anywhere between $300 and $1,000 a month for health insurance. Basically, you're paying just to say, I have health insurance. But then when you go to use health insurance, you have co-pays and deductibles, and they don't cover nothing until you've met your deductible. What do you mean? Why am I paying you $1,000 a month to have health insurance when I'm still paying more just to use it? I digress. Then you have everything like retirement, 401 taken out. Okay, great. You're going to work 30 to 40 years of your prime so that when you get to retirement age, we're going to give you monthly stipends back just so you can afford to live without a job. Meanwhile, like 80% of senior citizens that are retired now are working at Lowe's at the age of 87 because they can't survive just on their retirement. That's just a prime example. We're all struggling to keep our heads above water because we don't earn enough money. After everything gets taken out, we are now forced to pay super high interest rates on everything we own. Even stuff that's paid off, we're still paying interest on. How does that make any sense? But you're sitting there, the American family, the average American family is no longer middle class. You're either poor or rich. The rich is making money off the poor because the poor can't afford to have 2 jobs, full-time jobs, and still be able to take care of their families and have enough money at the end of the day to put food on the table. Hence why we are forced to live on credit card debt. And y'all are just going to keep jacking up the prices that we're never going to be able to afford to pay off. Because unfortunately, Dave Ramsey, the average American person has nothing left after their paychecks come in and they...
I'm so glad she mentions Dave Ramsey and that fucking boomer ass. Like, you need to save some money. You need to save some money. Stop buying them goddamn coffees and fucking avocado toast. And listen, if you just put $500 away every month here in the stock market and in like 30 years you'll retire. That shit doesn't work today for fucking nobody, dude. When average rent is over $2,000, where the average house is $430 something thousand dollars, $450 something like that, $475. I don't even fucking know. The average house is $400 plus $1,000. None of them are worth $400,000. None of these stocks are worth what they're asking for. All these companies, everything's inflated. Do you know what that means? It's overpriced. The value doesn't match the real value. The asking price is complete bullshit. And you're asking people to save their already dwindling dollar to invest it in something that is already inflated. You're buying near the top. Yeah, bro, let's put our money in the market that's already near the top with a teetering economy where there's no jobs. AI is about to replace everything. And it looks like we're headed into some recession or a depression globally because nobody can even afford to buy a fucking house. Everybody's underwater on credit cards. We have record levels of defaults on mortgages. Like, nothing in this economy screams healthy, strong, and it's going to keep going the way it is. Huge speculative bubbles everywhere in every fucking industry because runaway inflation. We don't even have a real job numbers. They keep revising those down after saying record jobs posted this month. And then, oh shit, we had to take away over half of them. And you want me to be like, average people, what you need to do is stop drinking your fucking Starbucks. And like avocado toast, you need to cut that down. And so you're going to invest in the stock market like the S&P 500. And then after like 1 million fucking years, assuming no job market or no crash in the economy, you're going to be able to buy 20 fucking houses just like I have. Shut up, man, you fucking idiots. This shit doesn't work today. It's so tiring to be told by the wealthy elite how to fucking pull yourself up by your bootstraps and how to make some money in this economy and what jobs. They're all ghost jobs. Where can I buy a house to plant some roots and grow a family? Can't afford to even get my own apartment. They're too expensive. Okay. Oh, I do get a job. The wages are shit. I got to hustle on the side to deliver food in my own car to people and beg for tips. Yeah, bro. I'm totally going to make myself a millionaire by saving my way there one coffee at a time because your fucking old ass was able to work a server job while going to school, paid school off on server job, and then bought a house for a fucking nutsack hair and lint in your pocket. And you're going to tell me about how to be financially responsible. Most of the boomers don't even know what the fuck financial responsibility is. You were gifted the greatest economy on earth in the greatest moment in time ever. You could have stumbled your way. You could have fucked off in the blind and still be good today. By simply existing in that time, you would have acquired decent amount of assets, a house, all that shit, basic factory work. You're so fucking stupid. You didn't even have to graduate high school. You could still have the American dream. That's how fucking easy your life was. And then these are the same people, bro, in their senile fucking twilight years giving advice to people in the economy today. Get the fuck out of here. You could turn the clock back on them and make them 16 years old and go, try now. Go ahead, start over, bro. Let's show us your boomer fucking mentality, pulling yourself up by your bootstrap, working real hard, flipping burgers, and still having 20 fucking roommates. Let me see you save your way to millions. This is what makes this shit a fucking joke, dude. I don't take financial advice from old people. They're fucking clueless. These are the same people that can hardly use a fucking email. And it's not all boomers, but it's always a fucking boomer, okay? It's always old people. You guys are just out of touch. I'm just being honest. I have a huge boomer audience. No offense to you guys. I just speak truth to everything. It is what it is, dude. Deal with it. I know it hurts some boomer fucking buttholes right now. The hemorrhoids are acting up. You're going to need a doctor's appointment. It's fine, dude. I know, not you. You're a special snowflake. You did everything right. You know how to open an email. It's fine. I get it. You're more technologically inclined. Even the older Gen X, too. You guys are lumped in there. Boomer minis. That's fine, dude.
Pay their bills and they buy groceries, they have nothing left to save. So you're sitting there with $20 to your name, for 2 weeks until the next penny. And that's if you're lucky. There's some people that are in the red right now. They are working their asses off and they can't even pay all their bills on time. And they're trying to decide, do you want to keep the light on this month or the water? No, living is just a luxury. I can't afford to put braces on my kids right now. That's a luxury. Going out to eat, that's a luxury.
I don't know if this is happening to anybody else in America, but it's getting pretty annoying with me. So I had a phone plan that I started about 1.5 years ago. It was about $115 a month. A little overpriced for a single line, but sure. I was willing to pay it. Come 1.5 years later, they're trying to charge me $167 a month for the rest of the contract. They don't specify why, they just, oh, it's extra service fees. I'm sorry. $47 more in service fees a month I have to pay? That makes no. And then I literally go to my auto insurance, which was quoted to me when I first started the policy, which was a 6-month policy, at $311. $311. It's way overpriced, but I drive an Audi, so what the ever. I guess I'll pay the $300 a month for insurance. Then I go back to my policy, and they're telling me I owe $374 a month for the remaining 3 months. Extra accrued service fees. My storage unit used to be $97 a month for my stuff. It is now $145. They raised the price on the contract and on the agreement that I made with the company. This is the same with the insurance company. This is the same with the phone plan company that I'm putting this video on. When are we gonna get sick and tired of corporate America taking our money? I'm getting real sick and tired of this. This isn't even like a political view on left or right side or anything like that. I'm sick of America stealing from its citizens. I'm sick of corporate billion-dollar conglomerate oligarchies that continue to throw little fees and fines on us like we owe it, like we have to force ourselves to pay because they contractually keep us in a contract. It's getting old. How did my bills go up over $400 in the past month from accrued fees? They can't even specify why those fees were raised. We need to hold these people accountable. These CEOs, CFOs, these owners of these corporate businesses. $billion wallets packed. All these rich, horrible people where it's like, well, they earned it fair and square. Yeah, by people over and ripping people off with accrued fees, fines, and until their pockets are so lined, they don't even know what to do with their money, while the rest of us sit here and struggle and feed off of breadcrumbs on the ground, going, it's the government, it's the Democrats, it's the Republicans, it's everything else but exactly what corporate America is standing for right now. They don't give a about us citizens. They only give a about their company, and they just want to sit there money hungry, just shoveling their face full of our money.
So I'm being evicted from my apartment. Yeah, let's talk about it. So I live in a part of Florida. I mean, Florida itself is disgusting, but I live in one of the worst parts of Florida. And there's nothing here. And for the past year, I have financially struggled to the point of mental insanity. I have been stealing my groceries. I have been basically stealing anything I can just so I can survive. I'm like a little squirrel. And the stress from the financial instability has made my bipolar symptoms come back up. Oh no. So now they want me to put medication. I didn't take medication for 4 years, but now I need medication. So
or don't get on it.
Car, I'm driving to my mom, and we're gonna live out of our cars. We're gonna camp. We're gonna save as much money as we can. We're gonna get vans. I'm done living in this system. I will forage for my own food if I have to. I'll kill an animal if I have to. I'm done being part of this rat race. This society is not normal. This isn't normal. Okay?
She may be crazy, but she is correct.
So I don't normally ever come on here and post anything except of my dog because he's absolutely gorgeous. But I am extremely frustrated being a full-time employed person living in Florida and not being able to afford to live. I have spent my whole day off trying to find a, more affordable place to live because I can't afford $1,300 a month in rent and then a $650 car note and then $300 in insurance and then you got utilities and it's either I eat or I pay my bills, and then even then it's like, okay, well, which bill's going to be late this month? And I'm so sick of it. Like all these apartment complexes and realtors and even private renters so hard, and I mean that with everything in me. I nor anybody else should be working 60 plus hours a week and not be able to live. I'm about to crash the out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me losing my mind. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm about to lose my shit because I just can't take it.
I am so livid right now. Hear me out. Health insurance in America is a joke.
I just saw a video of a girl being like, how are we going to do this, like, for the rest of our lives? And I just have to say, low-key, I feel like a lot of young people right now in the workforce, I see comments all the time that are like, I'm betting on the world to end. It's like, yeah, me too. Like, how up of a economy, of a society, of a country are we living in right now that your young people, your new to the workforce young people, are basically like, we basically have like ideations because we don't want to do this forever. There's no reward for our work anymore. What's the reward? Like, oh, you get to go to sleep at night.
I feel like the lack of money that people have now is really just starting to compound anxiety, depression, anger. They're short fuse.
Yep.
People are just getting, it's even worse to me this year than it was last year. But fuses are getting shorter. You see people that any kind of issue comes up, whether they're in a store, just anywhere, people are just automatically, they're getting the shakes. They're getting angrier faster. People are not having the amount of patience they used to have. It really comes down to emotional intelligence, and people are not able to manage this anymore. And I'm starting to see people break. I see people constantly all day, and it just seems like it's starting to just kind of compound. And I don't know where this is going to go. Mm-hmm. Bills are not getting cheaper. Nobody's getting paid more money. Matter of fact, companies out there are quietly reducing things like perks, benefits, bonuses. So in a way, you're actually making less money probably than you might have made in the last several years. And at the same time, everything just continues to go up. Aggregate numbers, I bet everything put together, you're probably almost double your expenses that you were before COVID. If you add up every single bill you have. I just don't know where this goes. People just people are not making eye contact with you out in public. Less and less people are smiling. People just seem on edge. They seem agitated. They're just in their own world. And it's like everybody's got their brain on a hyperactive thing, about stress, about money. And man, the lack of money is just going to break people. Money doesn't buy happiness, but money buys your peace. It buys options. It buys your ability to survive and to enjoy the things around you. And if you ain't got no money, well, everything else around you crumbles. And
that's so true. It's called the American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. Boy, oh boy, was good old Georgie correct with that one. If you're young, get out. America's done. Jeez. The bad thing is, this is so true, Americans ain't seen nothing yet. The economy nor wages will get any better. Homelessness and joblessness will increase. True, when big banks and corporations can't pay their bills, they're bailed out with your tax dollars. In contrast, you can't pay your bills, you may go bankrupt, potentially leading to homelessness and destitution. We're on corporate social welfare, basically. That's what we are. We're a corporate welfare state, socially funded by your tax dollars. See, profits, they're privatized. But losses, they're socialized. We all need to pitch in when a company goes down to make sure we keep them up in their bootstraps nice and tight. But hey, citizen, if you yourself are down on your luck and maybe homeless, Why don't you do us all a favor and get the fuck out so we can go buy up your house and Blackstone can renovate it to rent it out to somebody who can pay? Don't you know Blackstone is struggling? They're always looking for more houses. Why are you in the way, citizen? Do your due diligence, your duty, which is to go homeless, to go be completely, mentally, utterly broken so that you cannot survive in this system for the state. Do it for the state. That's great. It's great, dude. At least it's not Kamala, right? At least we slowed the bleeding, barely. But like, we don't fix the actual problem, which is the artillery shells of the broken, corrupt system raining down on our fucking heads. But okay, dude, we stopped the bleeding here. Here we go. We wrapped the wound up in gauze, and oops, you just got punctured in your back, neck, head, throat, everywhere else. Oops, it keeps happening. Artillery shells raining down on me. Oh, but if I'll keep plugging all these holes in my body, surely I'll be okay eventually. At least my leg's not bleeding anymore. It's just my arm. I'm not bleeding out of my neck anymore. At least that's better. Fucking shit. Anyways, dude, we'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, guys.